Hello everybody, this is Sonia. Now I'm on here today because I'm going to show you how I'm going to make just this first part of the video anyway. I want to make an envelope behind this piece here that I've printed off. I have more than one piece I've printed off here. So I've got these and I've printed them off the internet. I'm in Australia, I don't know if I've told you that, and it's going to be hot again today. So I'm making an envelope, but I'm using the front of these that I got off of Pinterest. Or I printed them off something. There's a couple there. There's one, that one's the same, so I've just adjusted sizes on them. That's the same. That one and that one are the same. That's a different one, that's a different one. Anyway, so I've got those and I'm going to make them into envelopes. So I want to make an envelope and I'm going to score down here, just along that edge bit. I cut it out and I left that tiny edge there, righto? Because I didn't print them. If you print them off further apart, you'll be able to do this easier, you know, so you can bend back the white part of the pages and make yourself an envelope. So I'm going to just use these end bits. Sorry about that. I have the fan behind me today, and obviously that's not working too good either, but anyway, it's okay. It's behind me, so everything won't blow on the floor, I hope. So now I've got that bit because I've just kept those pieces when I cut it out, righto? So now I'm going to have to cut out a piece that's going to go behind there, and it's going to join onto here. So there I need to put a little gusset thing, like a hinge. I need a hinge on that bit. So I'm going to cut a piece of this this is a scrapbook piece of paper, you know, the kids' colouring books or scrapbooks or whatever they are that they have, and I'm going to I need just a piece, I don't need too much. I'm just going to make a hinge. Hang on a minute, I should have put the whole thing, I should have made the whole thing all in one, shouldn't I? Yes, think about that, Sonia. You need the piece to be enough to come up the side and the back. So, okay, I'll show you when I've done it, and I'll show you what to do when I've cut it the right size. So we'll have enough. Wait a minute, I'll come back up here. Here I am here, right? So I've got the thing itself, right? Now I'm going to glue that on, so that can be level with that. This can be where it's going to turn up, and this can be where it's going to have the turn down bit. Right, so that's the back of the envelope. Now I can explain that a bit better, but I want to do a couple of so across the bottom I'm going to, let's go this way too. You'll cut it out completely, Sonia, don't just leave it there. Okay, so we need to have that, this is at level, righto, so we're going to cut that off there. So that's fair on the line, that bit. Fair on the line. It's on the line, yes, it's on the line, righto, we've got the line. Now I'm going to take a bit for the bottom, so I need to score up along here. I'll just do two little tiny bits where I made a score line, see? There we go. Now I'll lift this down. It's a bit heavy, that one. But anyway, right. It's handy though, you've got all things in one. So you just turn that up like so, right? Now we're going to put some glue on, and we're going to glue this, which is too big. Right, so obviously I didn't cut that the right length, the same width. Let me see, I better put a little mark and do it again, eh? Because when you're trying to measure something out in thin air, it's not very good. Okay, so we want to cut it there, right? I'll just get this back because I want it to be straight. I'm going to line it up with that blue line there, across the bottom, of course, where that bit is, because that's where the cutter doesn't seem to go right against that. It seems to go across here a bit, see? I don't know whether that's a thing, you know, but let's do it straight. Don't pucker it all up and that. Just do that. Oh, wow, that's not good. Well, with something like this, you're better off to start in the centre of it if you want to cut it too. That's something I've learnt by making enough mistakes. I've learnt that. Okay, so let's try this again, see if it's right now. Okay, right, now this has got to go in there. Okay, now that's better. Right, bit of glue. And the top of my glue pot is not covered because I forgot. I know, I'm naughty, aren't I? This glue, this is the best glue I've ever used, I must say. There's all different sorts though for different things, so I can't really say that completely because there's other glues that have done really well too. Now make sure you got the bottom. Now, we better get back over here now. Make sure we got the bottom of your envelope where you're putting that, see? Right, now put that in there, fair on the edge. Fair on the edge, Sonya, fair on the edge. So you've got that. You don't want any hanging over that. You've got to hurry along with this glue too. It doesn't. It dries pretty quick. I don't know why it looks like it's buckling up because it shouldn't be unless I've made it too wet. I might have made it too wet. But then, you know, you can have a little bit of a distressed look on your envelope, can't you? And you have to pull that up further because you can't trim it off, because if you go trimming it, you're going to make a hole in the bottom of the envelope. And I've got a little tiny edge coming across there, but I don't think I'm going to worry about that too much because it'll only upset me if we start to panic about things like that. Won't it? See, we won't be panicking. Nobody panic. It's just not good. And then we're going to go up along here, not too much because you don't want it squeezing out into your envelope part and to the pocket part of the envelope. You don't want it squeezing out and whoa, 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 Sonya, what have you done? I haven't turned this up far enough. It's coming down over the edge and I don't like that. Let's push this up there a bit better. Is that better? It's squished, but it's better. Now that'll go down onto there. Hopefully a bit straighter would have been a good idea. A bit straighter. Let me see, what have I got here? Okay, over this way a bit, over that way. And then you can score that, I suppose. It's still too long. We've got it's a skew if. My cutting out is not that grand, obviously. Okay. This doesn't seem to be sticking very good with glue today, but that's not a bad thing because I'm doing a lot of fiddling around now with this. Okay, so I'll need it to come over here as best I can. That's better, isn't it? Yes. You see the bottom bit's not too ducky, but it's okay. It's okay, we're not going to get into trouble. Nobody's going to go, crook on me, nobody panic. I don't think they are anyway. So, the envelope, I want it to, see that part there's supposed to be, right, on the top of here, isn't it? So it goes backwards, but I don't mind about that because I'd rather do like this so I can use it to tuck things down into, okay? So I'm making this like a back to front sort of thing so it can be tucked down into this part here. Right, now I'll turn that over. So I'll make sure I get these parts right. Okay, and a little tiny bit across the top here because I don't seem to think that's very tidy. Rightio. Now the colour's not too bad on that, I don't think. Not too bad. I'll use a bit of ink if I can see what I did with that. Sitting here looking at me a minute ago. You know how that is, don't you? I thought, oh, there that is. Come on, Sonya, what did you do with it? Some green ink. Okay. I'll just salvage those flowers before they fall. I might put a little bit of This is, some of this is colour and some of it's chalk, like a chalky thing. This is nice. I like this one. This is a nice colour, isn't it? And I'll put this around the edge of my envelope. Yep, I do like it. See, that's hiding the thing that I made a mistake on there, isn't it, for me? That's cool. I'll see if now I can stick this in the journal, but I want to put something else on it first. Can't leave it like that. It doesn't look quite right, does it, really? You have to put something on it. It's not going to work just like that. Okay, so what do we put on here? A piece of pretty something or other. Let me see. I've got some of these. I'll go with these flowers again. Look, this will look good. One of these nice flowers here. I actually bought 2 lots once instead of by mistake, but that was all good because it was a good mistake. Because then I ended up with more, you see, and that's a good thing. You know, and then you can't say, oh, I don't want to use that bit today. I'll have to use this one because it's too much to decide which one you want. Okay, going to put that on there. Maybe I need a piece of bit of this. This is not dark at all, is it? It's just plain white. Have I got something that's already coloured so I don't have to do that? This here. That looks cool. I'll have a bit of that. Alright. Too much. I do not want to cover up the what's the name too much. I don't know if I know what I'm doing, but I'm having a go. I'm just making a nice envelope, I think. Is that the wrong way around? Oh yes, of course it is. Look, that's better, isn't it? That's prettier. That's a pretty colour. Right, that's better. Now, what else do we want on there? Something, well, I don't know. Let's try this first. Let's try this. Maybe a nice little flower or something. Oh, well, we've got the flower sticker. They are handy to have. And make a good pocket, won't it? And I've got to get this off here. Lots of glue on that. People told me about the glue. I actually do have a glue rubber. Somebody bought me. But I'm not a big fan. I don't know why, but I'm not really keen on it. It doesn't really... I suppose I could try it again one day because I mightn't have been into it. I don't know when I was doing it. But I wasn't really keen on it. But it's just everybody's different, I suppose. Must work. Ow. Right, I'm good. Nobody panic. We're all good. Okay. So this here now is to me is very stark, you know, the colour. And so I'm looking to put something on that and tone it down a tiny bit, eh? I don't know whether I'm game, but to use this. Let's see what's gonna happen if I try this one here. Let me do this piece of paper so I don't get it all over the place. That's not even going to come off there. There's nothing in it. Nothing on it. Let's get a bit of stuff on something. There might be something on this one. Yes, very pale, but look, it is there, you can see. I don't want to freshly ink this up because it'll have a big lot of the freshly inked bit, won't it? Put that there. There we go. Well, that looks good, doesn't it? Wow, I like that. That's really awesome, Sonya. I'm thinking something's a bit undone here, this one. A bit undone. And then you just make a little journal or whatever it is you want it to put in it. I can't say that I've actually got a... So I'll put another stamp on there, a real one, couldn't I, just for fun? Just for fun, I could put another stamp on there. Now, I do have some, so I'll take you back over here to where my untidiness is, and I will get some down. Now, they're words, right, I need those. Maybe I could put a little word on somewhere. I'll get these stamps out of here. I don't know why they're there. That happens, doesn't it? You do put things sometimes in the wrong place, or the awkward place. Righto. We're here, we're back. Now, that of course is not them, that's got my little pictures for kids' books in that. That's what I've collected up in there. And these are going to go into something else because I bought these containers for my husband for his seed, and he filled them all up. So I might give him this lot. Oh, maybe a word? No, I just want to put a stamp on it just to say, you know, this is my own stamp. Or, you know, not my own, but a real one. Do a real stamp, hey? What's that got the... there you go. Put the Queen on there, she's pretty. What do you reckon? She look nice on that. Because all the rest are too big. Righto. They're too big, the rest of them. So I'll get those ones out because I might use them in the journal a bit later on. Oh dear. Yeah, well, I just could not do the room this afternoon because I work better of a morning. I'm not a big afternoon person as far as doing, like, manual labour. Well, it's not manual labour, but you know what I mean, because I do as much as I can of a morning times. I've got some things here I might have to put in that other book. How can I fix this room up so everything's fair at my fingertips? I just don't know. I need a carousel, you know, rolling around me. That'd be cool if we just had it going around the outside of me. I could just turn it around. I suppose that wouldn't help really because you know what I'm like. I'll fill it up with stuff and then it won't be any good. Should I put some ink on the outside of that? Maybe not. I'll leave it like it is just because it's really old and I'll have a look at see what the date is. Oh, you can't see that. It's 5 cents. Well, that was a long time ago. Very long time ago it was a 5-cent stamp. And of course there's already a stamp on there. I could do that if I can get mine out of wherever they are. But I think that turned out really cool. I like that. So then you just put your little journal inside of there. Okay. And the next thing we want to do is... Maybe I'll put it in the book, will I? Maybe I will. Might go really nice in here. I think so. I might need some lace behind it or something like that though. How about that? That looks good. I'll put it in this one. Where's the... maybe a bit of lace or... I've got a lot to fill up, haven't I? Gee, I'm a bit slow this time. I've got to keep getting back to it, though. That's something that I'm not achieving very good. I might put another one up the top. I might do another one, I think. And this time, when I cut it out, I'm going to make sure I got... actually, the little one will be cool, won't it? This little one. I don't need the top, do I? I need just the bottom and the sides. It's only going to make a small pocket, but still a good idea for a pocket. And then you just go across the top of here, and that way that one will be ready to go too if I want to make another one. Well, I will, I imagine. Now, I'll cut this up here. And I'm going to try and turn this back myself without using a scoreboard. There. Snip that there. Turn this part back. Right. That stamps sideways, look, that's cool. Cut this off. Turn this bottom bit up. can just aim it where I want it to go, can't I? Feel like I'm better in control. I don't know if it's true or not. Excuse me. I don't know, you get fluff and stuff around in. I hope I don't get a cold or something. I definitely do not want something like that. Or any sicknesses. Oh, thank you. That went too small. That went way too small, didn't it? Like somebody said, yelled out, Sonya, don't do that. This one here would be better. Besides this one here. That might be better. Well, I can finish making him in a minute or later. You just don't want to hang out with me while I do this one. Well, I'll put this one in there. Well, that one was way too small. And that's the thing too, like proportion is a very good thing to look for when you're doing something. So that things are in proportion and they graduate. That's an interesting word, isn't it? But they have to graduate, you know, like if you are making it, well, it's good if they do. When I say they have to, it is a good idea because that makes your, whatever you're doing is, works better. So you'd put this bit smaller one there instead of a tiny small one, you know, because it won't look right. Just saying, so, see? It will, but it doesn't. It will work, but it doesn't look properly. You need to have the right thing. And your eye likes to see the right thing too. So it does. There we go. Oh, I'm so pleased my daughter's not coming this afternoon. Truly, I was just feeling I just did not want to do that. Because I just had to tell her no thanks. And it's Valentine's Day too today, and I've got this most beautiful one rose my husband gave me, and that is so nice, out of the garden. I got one beautiful rose, it's called Just Joey, and it is the most beautiful, it's got the most beautiful scent. Gee, it smells nice. Apricot it is. It's beautiful. And that was my Valentine's, and I don't need a Valentine's thing anyway from him because, you know, it's just, we've been married for 33 years now, so, I mean, I'm sure we're happy together. I am. So there we go. Right, so I can use this piece of paper. It's got some of that on the top, the ink, and I can just cut around here. I'm going to just cut around here, save cutting out too many times, and I'll get a bigger pair of scissors because that way, unhook it out of the ruler. If you've got the bigger scissors, you can just sort of do these in one go, like sort of thing, line him up and aim them so you don't cut it off. I hope I'm not cutting through it. I got close. I must say I did get close. You can see it went a bit crooked. Because if you're doing with little ones and you're going along and you're doing this because you're trying to, you know, you could go sideways. It just happens. You know, you don't have to do what I said. It's just an idea that I'm sort of throwing out there to you. That's got to come off a bit further. It's a tiny bit too wide. And it can because it needs to go down in there like this. Okay. Now you can put that like that. Might be better. Okay, so we're going to put glue, because I cut these edges, the ends off before. I didn't take these bits out, but I have this time, these corners. You can just glue along here now. Glue along there, and up along here, and over around this way. And then make sure you stick this on the right way so you've got that top bit. How far have I made that? I think it's too high, isn't it? Yep, I'm going to have to sit it here somewhere in that vicinity. Okay, so now I need to cut that bottom bit off. Excuse me. Clear my throat here so I can talk still. So I'll cut this off along here very carefully so I don't cut the envelope. Now that one was a lot easier to make because I left the bottom and the sides on it. Okay, it's a lot easier to make. So when you're printing something off and you have the ability to put them apart from one another, you probably need to do that, okay? So very carefully bend this back. Don't do it so you put a crease in the centre of the envelope unless you really want it to look like that. Cut that up there on an angle. Get yourself a bit of inky thing. I suppose I can use that. Set that down there to cover it and put your ink on. There'll be a lot of ink still come out of this packet. Right. Very nice. I like it. So he's looking better, isn't he, this size? Okay, so now I'm going to put on some... I might put the same sort of thing, maybe not. Maybe put a bit of this on here, but I need a different colour. Over here there's a bit of lacy things. Isn't that right? That's too big. Get some of this. Really old piece here. Okay. It seems this is going in a book. It doesn't matter if it's not going in the postman. Okay. I don't know if I trust the postman. It's not doesn't bring much air at all, really, but that's okay. I mean, you know, it means I'll just squish that up there like that and put something on there. I don't think I'll do I need something flat, don't I? Don't want the same thing. Something different. Something flat, Sonya. What do you got here that's flat? How about that little fella? Oh, that looks pretty. I'll put him on there. Tiny little pink flower. Righto. So I'm going to put this down here. Oh, don't forget, I need to put stuff around the edge of it, okay? Well, by stuff I mean, oh, you know, ink it. Don't forget to ink around the outside. And you did that with the green on the other one. So this might take a little while to dry because it's fabric that it's going on to. Okay, so ink up here. I didn't leave the colour down that I used. What did I use? Anybody remember? Sort of a greeny colour, wasn't it? Oh, that's blue. Here it is. Got it. Right. I'll do around the top of that one. Actually, this had a sort of a greeny tinge around it too, didn't it, to start with? Don't know if I can put a stamp on this. I haven't got a little enough one. This one's only got a tiny stamp on it. I'll see what I got anyway. I need to go along here. It should work. Should work. Let's turn it back. Carefully, don't pull it apart. Might need a spot of glue on that end too. Don't know yet. Now, I seen this morning. This is how I get my ideas. I was going through stuff and I seen this morning and I thought, well, I'm going to do some little envelopes with that. I've probably had them since the year dot. The pictures cut out. I want a stamp, don't I, for there? Now, hubby's vacuuming. It's he's always cleaning. Well, he does keep the house clean for us. He's a very good man. Okay, so I'd like a reddy colour one put on it. I think. What do you reckon? What do you think about that one? That's pretty cool. Fancy me wanting something red. Actually, I don't know if that goes. I don't know who this man is. I'm going to see if I can read what it says. E.J. something. Anyway, I don't know what he must have been someone famous back in the olden days, you know. Now, I've got all these and I never used them, so we need to get on with using stuff. I need to start using some things in my room because I just don't. I can never see them to do it. Okay, so now I've got a... What colour queen did I put? I missed a blue one, didn't I? She's blue on there. I suppose you could put on there too. No, it's not right. I don't like the colour. Right. I've got something that's fake. I've got a fake one anyway. I like that. It's a shame it's broken. I don't know if that matters, does it? That's nice. I do like that. It's got a piece chewed out of there. Or just broken off or torn or whatever. Nothing too bad. Right. Well, this is not working for me, is it? I might put that on there. What do you think? Does that look? I think it looks all right. It's supposed to be old and tattered and torn, isn't it? Really? It's supposed to be like that. Okay. Now I'm going to, and I should have with this one put a little bit of ink around it, but I will put a bit of ink on this one. 68 cents. He's got a bit chewed out of him. Doesn't matter. Like the colour, like the picture on it, the nice flower. It's pretty, and the mauve colour, I do like that. Right, now there's much too much ink on the glue on that. Much too much. Yeah, I'm going to have to put like a stamp on there so it's gone through the machine, aren't we? Oh, I like it. It's pretty. It's not as bold as what I'd like it to be, but, you know, it's fine. It needs to be more outstanding, I suppose, but it'll be good. I like it like that. Now I need to put something behind it because I want to have a... Well, that looks good on there. No? How about here? Yes. Lovely. Love the colour background. I love the background. So, I'll put that there and then I'll deal with lots of lace when I get round to it. I'll put lots of lace on there. I might leave that top bit flat. Right, will I glue it down? Yeah, no, yes. Okay, glue it down. Because if you don't, it'll keep lifting up and it won't be nice. It won't be nice at all. Okay, so we're going to sit this up here, hopefully level from the top somewhere. The sides and what have you. Rightio, there's one. And there's the other one. Now that was just from looking at me things, me bits and pieces. I just sort of thought, well, that's an idea. We'll go with that today and do that. Because if I sat around and tried to think of something, I'd give myself into a bit of a state because I don't think I'd appreciate being able to come up with the idea. You know, when you're sort of sitting there waiting for it to come to you, because it may not do. That looks really nice. Now, it's going to be jazzied up there with some sort of laces or stuff. You know, there's going to be something more to it. That's too wide for there. And there too, but I could take it to the other side, couldn't I? You know, there's something on the other side. Right, something thinner, but just like that. Just like that, but not so wide. How about this? This seems a bit heavy. It's not too bad. Not too bad. Can go down there. No, that's too heavy. I want a thinner one. Because they're all out there in that other box because I took them out there because I was doing something. Oh, hang on a minute. We could do this. We could cut this. Couldn't we? Make it, because it's very open and I really like that. Hang on, do we have to cut it? Let's see. Let's see, do we have to cut it? Maybe not. If it sits down flat, it'll look good. Yes, I'll have to think about that one. I think I might have to think about that. Although this is really good. I haven't used it yet. It's not. No, too. It's a bit overpowering, isn't it? Anyway, we'll do some little envelopes anyway, and I'll put some little, and look at that, you can see that where the colour's changed in underneath there. So maybe we should have inked that before we put it in there, and then I might sneak down there with a bit of ink later on, because you can see down in the pocket. But I think that turned out pretty good. I'm pleased with that. And then we've got a little stamping on this side too, so it's sort of going together all right. There is something else too that I think I might have to put something like this on here for a minute. Hang on. I have to put something like this on the page because I need to use these things. I've got to cut them all out, and I found heaps more that I'd cut out earlier on, you know, years ago or whatever. So I've got keys like this. The decorations are the best part. Oh, well, of course it is, but everything is the best part. I really enjoy doing these. I really love putting these sort of things together. Yeah, I do. So we have one of those keys. We have a lot of those keys. This mauve colour one is a little bit close to that. We have some leaf things. I'm waiting for some new dyes, because I had to go and buy some because I didn't have what I really, really wanted. As far as, you know, something that you feel like you need. Now that's not going to work because it's, let's move this over. This is too, need to cut it down. Hang on, what have we got here? Here's pink. This is nice, isn't it? Look at that. Oh, I've got some of these. Right, now this is something. Actually, I had to cut these apart because they were just, it wasn't the same, it was all in different ones. Now, I've got everything on the paper now. Hang on a minute. Put it underneath it for a second. Oh, that's not going to work because I can't see what I'm doing. Right. Now, I've got these mauve ones. Now, this one was connected to it as well, but I think I took it off so it'd be separate. But I need to put, I like this one. This is nice. Come off there. And I like those ones. And then there's that. So that's the same colour, so I don't need him. Let me get this on here. Come here, you. And you. So you've got to find something that you can be happy with putting on there. That's a bit big. This one here is nice, isn't it? So is this. See, you can't get this. Sorry about this. My speech has gone crazy now. I need I probably needed to put a bit of this down before too, you know, like you should have put some of it in there before you started, but you don't really know, do you, what you want to do. So that flower could be in there, I guess, or this one, bigger one. Yes. No, not quite right. Let's try a butterfly. That's not working for us. Let's try a butterfly or a key or something. This key's nice. Need a open butterfly. There's a white one. It's a bit too white. I think there's a blue one in there with that one. And there's a pink one. There's a mauve one. There's another mauve one. Let's have a look at a couple of those and see. Okay. Now I'm going to have to go in a minute because I've gone too far. These here I've cut two together. You can still see that they're still stuck together, the 2 pages. Get all them bits out of there. Because I don't know if we want a white one on there. Might want this blue, I think. There's some on the other side too. Okay, very good. Right, poke all these bits out. This is a really good die. I really like this. It works really well, and it comes apart, of course, too. That's good. That's even a plus, you know. If the things come out of them, it's a really good thing. And they cut properly. Now, I suppose we could put it coming out of the envelope. Maybe it'll have to be this one. I'm going to have to work on that with you next time, okay? Because I need to go and do something. And I'll get back to you very shortly, in the next couple of days, and we'll do a bit more on this. Okay, so there's ideas, and I'll come back to them. Okay, so thank you everybody for watching, and I'll talk to you later. Bye-bye.